Hey guys, Joshua here with saltyscales.com. I want to take a moment to show you how to clean a flounder. Some people have a lot of difficulty cleaning flounder due to the fact that, well, I don't want to state the obvious, but they are flat. So, take a few moments, show you how to do that. A few simple, basic tools that you may need. A fillet knife. I got this one here, it's the Rapala fillet knife. You can get them at Walmart, West Marine. And also your basic little knife sharpener. Now the key is you want to make sure, that knife sharpener isn't going to be that effective if your blade looks like a hacksaw. So make sure you have a fine, crisp blade, and that little cheap sharpener will do the job just fine. So let's get started. Alright guys, so like I said, you just want to make sure that you have a very sharp blade. At least that helps. So I just give it a quick sharpening after or before I use it and after I fillet the fish. So what you want to do is, some people think the flounder you can only get meat off of one side, but really you can clean flounder just like you do every other fish. So you can get meat off of both sides, both the belly side and the back side here. So the way I typically start, and there's many ways to clean a flounder, so this isn't the only way. So what I do is I pull up his pectoral fin here and I start to slice it at an angle. And what you want to do is you want to use the point up here. You want to use the point of your blade to create the incision. Alright, so this pretty much opens it up. Now what you want to do is start to run down the lateral line of the back. Because just like every species of fish, they too have a backbone. A lot of people think that they're a lot different than other fish cleaning wise, but really they're the same. Not a whole lot of difference. And what I'm doing here is I'm just taking the fillet and I'm butterflying it out. Going straight down the backbone. Be patient with it. Let the knife do the work. And flounder has really delicate white meat. You can see how I'm just gently filleting this to where the meat is opening, or the knife is butterflying the fillet. Now this is all stomach over here, so I don't go, you saw how I cut that angle up here really close to the gill plate. I don't do that on this side due to the fact that it has a lot of the belly meat, and I personally don't eat that meat. Some people I know go all the way up there and they eat all the belly meat, the organs, everything. I don't personally do that. So now what I do, since I butterfly it completely to the other side of the flounder, I just finish it off and cut it and open it up. So you'll see here that you can just fillet this all the way off the very end of the tail, and then this is the fillet you're going to get. As you can see, there's really no meat left on the flounder itself. Now all you have to do is take this, lay your knife flat, and just start cutting into the meat. And once you get started, you just grab this little piece of fillet here, the skin, lay your knife flat, and let the knife do the work. Just wiggle the skin. wiggle the skin while also working the knife simultaneously. That way it comes right off the skin. And this, for the most part, prevents you from having any waste. So you'll see here that there's really nothing at all that we can get off of this piece of skin. So in reality, all this is meat. It's good stuff here. I don't know if you guys have looked at halibut in the stores, which is practically the same thing, but I think it goes in our area something like $24 per pound. So what you do, and this is the back side I was telling you about, you can see how he has a pectoral fin also on the underside. So what I do is the same exact thing. Right behind the gill plate, I cut at an angle to try to get all the meat possible. Then I run it down the side of the flounder the same way. Now you're not going to get as much meat off of this side as you do the other, but there's still a lot of meat to be had. And like before, I'm just butterflying it. It's a real simple process. Just let the blade do the work. You can also push the blade right through the other side and follow that backbone. That's going to get close. It's going to run right down this main backbone here, allowing you to grab the majority of the meat. Just keep butterflying it. My blade's getting a little dull. You'll definitely know when your blade's dull. Okay, so the underside's a little harder to get to, like the top side, but it's the same principle. Lay the knife flat, and just rock back and forth, both the knife and the skin. And what this will do is it'll pull all the meat off of this skin. So you can see, paper thin. All of this is edible meat. Now this is what your fish should look like. I don't like to waste anything, so like these little bitty pieces here, you can go back and clean this up. Cut these off, cut this off. There's not a whole lot of meat on the sides here, that's why on the bottom I go in a little bit more than I do on the top, because on the top there's more meat on the sides. But for the most part, this fish is definitely clean, and this will go in the fryer here in a little bit. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment on the YouTube page, or you can go to saltyscales.com, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the water.